Hi, I'm Matthew Bruce, writer For the Love of Celluloid blog, and today's video is the first in this series in which I will look over the coming weeks at imitation James Bond films, which started in the 1960s, capitalising on the popular wave of Bond mania. This week I'm looking at Ralph Thomas's Deadlier Than the Male from 1967, the first of two spy films starring Richard Johnson. Classically trained British actor Richard Johnson was allegedly Terence Young's original choice for the role of James Bond, and rumour has it that Johnson was at one time offered the part, before turning it down. Perhaps therefore it was fate that led him subsequently to the role of fictional hero Hugh Bulldog Drummond in two pseudo-Bond films from the 1960s, Deadlier Than the Male and Some Girls Do. Prior to these films, Drummond was a well-known character from literature, film and radio, created by H.C. McNeill using the nom de plume Sapper for the original books. Gerald Fairley would continue writing the novels following McNeill's death in 1937. The original Drummond character is a First World War veteran who, tired of his sedate lifestyle, becomes a gentleman adventurer on a quest for action, coming up against various nemeses, the most prominent of which is Carl Peterson. Released by British filmmaking institution the Rank Organisation, the aforementioned films sport a reworked Drummond befitting the 1960s, a bon vivant who is also, somewhat humorously, an insurance underwriter. Like vintage Bond, he is something of a man of mystery who spends most of his time thrill and pleasure seeking, whether he be relaxing in some exotic locale, practicing karate, paragliding, or chasing beautiful women. Indeed, scantily clad women are a prominent feature of the films, unsurprisingly given the titles. The scene at the beginning of Deadlier, where lethal lovelies Elka Sommer and Sylvia Kostina come out of the sea with nothing but skimpy swimsuits and harpoon guns, has undeniably embedded itself, for better or for worse, in pop culture history. The objectification of women would indeed give the contemporary so-called woke generation much to talk about. However, as with all things, I believe the films should be appraised with respect to the attitudes of the times in which they were made. Let's not forget that the Connery and Moore Bond films were not without their share of Dolly Bird characters. Incidentally, considering Drummond's rich appetites, perhaps we have a case of life imitating art, as Johnson the actor is shown in an adventurous light water skiing between takes in a featurette on the making of Deadlier, which can be viewed on the DVD and Blu-ray of the film by Network Releasing. And he was reputedly a ladies' man, marrying several times, most notably to Hollywood actress Kim Novak. Deadlier Than the Male tells of an oil tycoon, Henry Keller, who is killed by an explosion while journeying in his private company plane. Drummond Johnson is called in to investigate Keller's mysterious death, as his company was insured by Drummond's firm. Drummond begins a quest to find out who would profit from Keller's death, and all tracks lead to the aforementioned Carl Peterson, reincarnated by British acting stalwart Nigel Green, who is residing in a remote castle in Italy, surrounded by a cohort of highly trained female assassins who try to derail Drummond at every opportunity. Deadlier has been wonderfully restored in high definition for a Blu-ray release by Network, complete with brilliant extras such as the HD rendering of the original theatrical trailer, archive interviews, archive location reports, extensive image galleries in HD, and promotional material PDFs. The title of the film has also embedded itself in popular culture, emanating from poet and novelist Rudyard Kipling's words, "The female of the species is more deadly than the male," which had in turn inspired the fifth Bulldog Drummond novel, The Female of the Species, published in 1928. Moreover, the film carries a Bondian opening sequence with a belter of a theme song by pop sensations the Walker Brothers, heard in the background to this video. The late Scott Walker would years later sing David Arnold and Don Black's slow jazz number, Only Myself to Blame, on the soundtrack to The World Is Not Enough. Look out also for the cleverly constructed penultimate scene in which Drummond and Peterson, weapons cocked, chase each other through an electronically operated life-size chessboard, which is reminiscent of a scene in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more from For the Love of Celluloid blog. Please follow me on social media at the handles below. I look forward to connecting with other film enthusiasts and scholars.